Hello YouTube, welcome back. So I'm on my basement patio right now and I've had a fire extinguisher mounted out here for quite some time. I've always thought it was important to have an extinguisher out here because during the summertime we have barbecues and things like that and bonfires, and since we're in the middle of the woods surrounded by all sorts of stuff, it's really important to be able to put out a fire in the event of an emergency. However, this extinguisher is just sitting out here in the open. I mounted it to the side of the hot tub and it's just exposed to the elements. You can see that this bracket is already starting to rust. The extinguisher is fading and it's not long before the extinguisher is going to start to peel and get rusty, and then once that happens the extinguisher is basically dead. So in an effort to fix this issue, I'm going to install an extinguisher cabinet. So here's what I have. This is a Cato fire extinguisher cabinet. It's called the Chief. Very common style of cabinet. As you can see, it's basically a weatherproof red box. It says fire on the sides. It has this on the front. This is not glass, it's just plexiglass that's scored, but probably makes manufacturing easier, probably makes it cheaper to replace, so I would say that's a win. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this to the side. I'm also going to use a different extinguisher. So this is a new Amrex extinguisher, which is a lot higher quality than the residential extinguisher I have outside. So this comes with a brake hammer, which you just pin to the top. I'll show you how to do that. Instructions. It also comes with a key, so this is just a plastic key. The original units actually had a real metal lock with a key, but now they just use this rust-proof lock. So you stick this thing in here. I already put it on my key ring, but then you just turn it and then you can open the front here. So this is just the bezel, and then this is the actual panel. Like I said, it's not glass, it's like this bendy plastic thing, but probably also safer because when you break this it probably won't cut you. And then this is the cabinet. Go ahead and pop this old bracket off. This hot tub, like I said, already had these little knobs to hold this veneer on, so I just reused those. You might ask, why didn't you just mount the extinguisher to like the wall or something? And the answer to that is I don't want to damage the wall, because like if I have to remove it or something, then that's going to be some repair work. So I always try to minimize damage, and this is a good way to do it. Plus, this is a really good location because it's right near the exit, which is good. So obviously I'm gonna have to drill some new holes, and it might be hard to map it out, but my tip is to use some duct tape. So I put this whole piece of duct tape down, and now I'm gonna push these things through the hole where it's gonna be, so that way I can get kind of a template. And then what I'm gonna do, as you can probably guess, is stick this piece of duct tape to the back of the cabinet, and then I'll use that to drill my holes. Now I have my template on, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill a hole. So I folded this edge over so it would be easier to pull up, but now we have our holes. They should be perfect, and then we can go ahead and just screw these knobs in. Okay, so you might be wondering why everything is covered in foam. Basically, I was working and then there was a wasp, and I cannot stand yellow jackets, so I went inside and I got my foam extinguisher and I just blasted the area. I don't think they're gonna come back, but okay, let's keep working. Tighten these things up. There it is. An important step before you put the cabinet back together is that before you install everything, you should smear some silicone over the unused holes, just to prevent like maybe water, insects, or anything that you don't want in the cabinet to get in, because it's common in the field to see bugs, especially dangerous bugs like wasps and hornets and things like that, make nests in these because it's sheltered from the elements. So you definitely don't want to have anything bad in here. Nice and solid. I mean, it's obviously a little wiggly because it's a plastic cabinet, but pretty much good. So now we can go ahead and put the extinguisher in, and this is a 5-pound cabinet. You might have to put that handle down, but fits pretty decent. And then we can put the piece of brake panel in. So this has to slide in like so. Push the extinguisher back. So this brake bar is a little bit complicated, but it's really not. So it has this little pin here that you put in. What you do is they give you a hole on the top, and you just have to basically push that all the way in, and then there you go. And then now with this, you can put the front cover over that, and then it'll basically be like this on the side. Final step if you're installing this in a commercial property is to lock the cabinet like that. I'm gonna leave it unlocked, and I'll tell you why. Because the reason I leave it unlocked is in the event that I actually need this for a fire, I'm not breaking that. Like, I'm not buying a new piece just because I need to use the extinguisher. Mainly the reason I need this is for weatherproofing purposes. No one's stealing a fire extinguisher from my property because no one knows that there's a fire extinguisher here unless they live here. So this just makes it a lot easier to like pull this open, and it's good. And I guess you could still break it if you wanted, but that's that. So I wanted to show the other cabinet on the other side of the property. So this is the older type. I bought this a couple years ago. This one you can see does not take the plastic hexagon lock. I believe it takes this key right here, which is the Cato key. Right here. So this is how you lock it and unlock it. This is an Amerex extinguisher, like I said. This one is a little faded. As you can see, this tag has been out here for a while because this one is like directly facing the there's no shadowing or whatever, but holds up well. These cabinets are really nice. I think Cato makes some really nice cabinets. These are copied, and they make a lot of very similar cabinets. I think Brooks makes one, but I think, get away. But these are really good quality, pretty solid. Not brittle or anything. Pretty nice. So that's the installation. I actually think it looks pretty solid. There it is. And this extinguisher is going to be protected from the elements, which is nice. See, that breaker bar is pretty nice. Yeah, thank you for watching.